Thank you for purchasing the Kidde combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarm model number I12010SCO. You have demonstrated that the value of your properties and the life of your loved ones, to include yours, is important to you. This alarm is suitable as a single station and or multiple station 24 devices alarm. This alarm has a 10-year limited warranty. Please take a few minutes to go through this video as it guides you how to install the Kidde combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarm model number I12010SCO into your property. Teach children how to respond to the alarms, and they should never play with the unit. Your Kidde smoke and carbon monoxide alarm was designed to detect both smoke and carbon monoxide from any source of combustion in a residential environment. It is not designed for use in a recreational vehicle, RV, or boat. Your Kidde combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarm model number I12010SCO has the following features. It has a loud 85 decibel alarm. It has an independent smoke and carbon monoxide sensors. It has a smoke alarm that takes precedence when both smoke and carbon monoxide are present. It is powered by 120 volt alternating current, 60 Hz, 7.5 milliampere max wire connector, and sealed 3 volt lithium battery backup. Interconnectable to the other Kidde, Nighthawk brand smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. It also has the following alarm features. It has the fire alarm and the voice feature. The alarm and the voice pattern is 3 long alarm beeps followed by the verbal warning message fire. This pattern is repeated until the smoke is eliminated. The red light will flash with the alarm beeps. It also has a carbon monoxide alarm and voice. The alarm and voice pattern is 4 short alarm beeps followed by the verbal warning message warning carbon monoxide. These continue until the unit is reset or the carbon monoxide is eliminated. While powered by battery only, after 4 minutes, the alarm and the voice pattern will sound once every minute. The red light emanating diode light will flash while an alarm voice mode. Your product also has a low battery alarm and voice. If the battery is low, the red light will flash on the unit will chirp. Every 60 seconds you will hear the chirp, followed by the warning message low battery. This alarm contains a sealed 3 volt lithium battery which will last the life of the alarm. No need to replace the batteries. This cycle will occur only every minute and will continue for at least 7 days. Under battery power, the low battery voice only occurs once every 15 minutes. Your product also has the end of product life alarm / signal, and it's a double chirp and a flash every 30 seconds. Your product also has an end of life hush. At end of product life, the button can be pushed to silence the end of life chirp for approximately 3 days at a time for a maximum of 30 days life extension. One chirp every 30 seconds coupled with a green LED flash twice a second is an indication that the alarm is malfunctioning. If this occurs, you need to change it out. Test or reset button performs function. Hush control features. peak level memory features, which alerts user when the unit has detected carbon monoxide concentrations of 100 parts per million or greater. Green and LED lights, that is red, indicates normal operation and alarm statuses. Before we proceed to installation, we have to ensure that we have everything we need to proceed with the installation. In your product that was delivered to you, you should make sure that you have the Kidde combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarm module itself. You have to make sure you have the mounting plate. You have to make sure you have the AC connector, that is the alternating current connector. You have to make sure you have the warning and the quick guide user manuals. Installation instruction. Step 1. Installation guide. Important. This alarm must be mounted on a ceiling or wall. It was not designed for use as a tabletop device. Install only as detailed. A. Recommended installation locations. Kidde Safety recommends the installation of a smoke and carbon monoxide alarm in the following locations. For maximum protection, we suggest an alarm be installed on each level of a multi-level home, including every bedroom, hallway, finished attics, and basements. Put alarms at both ends of bedrooms, hallway, or large room if hallway or room is more than 30 feet. That's 9.1 meters long. If you have only one alarm, ensure it is placed in the hallway outside of the main sleeping area or in the main bedroom. Verify the alarm can be heard in all sleeping areas. Installation instruction continued. For sloped ceiling installation, the following information is from the National Fire Protection Association and is listed in Fire Code 72. Install smoke alarms on sloped, peaked, or cathedral ceiling at or within 3 feet, which is 0.9 meters, of the highest point measured horizontally. NFPA 72 states, and I quote, "Smoke alarms in rooms with ceiling slopes greater than 1 feet to 8 feet, which is 0.3 meters to 2.4 meters horizontally, shall be located on the high side of the room." NFPA 72 states, and I quote again, "A row of alarms shall be spaced and located within 3 feet, which is 0.9 meters, of the peak of the ceiling measured horizontally." For mobile homes, modern mobile homes have been designed and built to be energy efficient. You can install the smoke and carbon monoxide alarms as recommended above, following the direction of the NFPA 72 code 72. So this device is compatible with modern homes. This equipment should be installed in accordance with the National Fire Protection Association Standard 72. National Fire Protection Association, Battery Match Park, Quincy, MA 02269. Warning: this product is intended for use in ordinary indoor locations of family living units. It is not designed to measure compliance with Occupational Safety and Health Administration (OSHA) commercial or industrial standards. Where not to install this device: do not install in garages, do not install in kitchens, furnace rooms, or bathrooms. Install at least 5 feet away from any fuel burning appliances. Do not install within 3 feet, which is 0.9 meters, of the following: the door to a kitchen or a bathroom that contains a tub or shower, forced air supply ducts used for heating or cooling, ceiling or whole house ventilation fans, or other high air areas. Avoid excessive dusty, dirty, or greasy areas. Dust, grease, or household chemicals can contaminate the alarm sensors and cause it to not operate properly. Place the alarm where drapes or other objects will not block the sensor. Smoke and carbon monoxide must be able to reach the sensor to accurately detect these conditions. Do not install or pitched or vaulted ceilings, a framed ceiling, or gabled roofs. Keep out of damp or humid areas. Step 2. Wiring instructions. Wiring requirements. This smoke alarm should be installed on a UL listed or recognized junction box. All connections should be made by a qualified electrician, and all wiring used shall be in accordance with Article 210 and 300.3 Bravo of the United States National Electrical Code ANSI/NFPA 70, NFPA 72, and or any other codes having jurisdiction in your area. The multiple station interconnect wiring to the alarms must be run in the same raceway or cable as the alternating current power wiring. In addition, the resistance of the interconnect wiring shall be a maximum of 10 ohms. The appropriate power source is 120-volt alternating current single phase supplied from a non-switchable circuit, which is not protected by a ground fault interrupter. Smoke alarms are not to be used with detector guards unless the combination alarm and detector guard have been evaluated and found suitable for the purpose. Warning: the alarm cannot be operated from power derived from a square wave, modified square wave, or modified sine wave inverter. Basically, you cannot power this device using inverter. These types of inverters are sometimes used to supply power to the structure in off-grid installations, such as solar or wind-derived power sources. These power sources produce high peak voltage that will damage the alarm. To properly connect the alternating current connector cables that came with the device, you must follow the instruction below. Wires on the alarm harness: black cable must connect to the hot side of the alternating current line, meaning that is the lifeline. White cable must connect to the neutral side of the alternating current line. Also, the red cable must connect to the red wires. This interconnects lines of other units in the multiple station setup. This will help you if you have more than one devices installed. And with this, we have come to the end of this video. I appreciate your time. I hope you have learned from this video. Please share, like, and subscribe to this channel if you like this video. Thank you. See you in the next video. You're awesome.